Cutting our heads off. Ready? So good. Thought I had this all set up.
I'm enjoying just sitting.
It was a little bit off. We'll do a quick noise check. I'm trying to get away from doing this, but we got the AC going because it's a little bit humid right now. Storm.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. Cutting me off. Can you move this way a little bit? Not much.
Not the table here.
Not much.
We're having technical
Good.
difficulties
We're
here.
good.
Sorry,
We're
folks.
good. Couple quick announcements, and then we'll get into it, and then I'll answer some questions I'll read from the computer. I said this morning on the Mug Club that we're changing the date, but we had already set it to April the 24th. So, Jay Hen, thank you, buddy, for the St. Augustine train ride last night. Thank you very much. All right, so I'm buying that one then. Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Very cool.
So April the 24th is the St. Johns River Huguenot State Park Big Loop Up. It's going to be our first one. We'll talk more about that in a minute. There's something we're going to ask you about. Next weekend, remember, on April the 14th, I'm going to do a virtual book launch as well as a real book launch at a place. So if y'all are around, come on. I'm going to give out some free merchandise, some books, and I'm going to shoot you, this probably first live on Monday, I'm going to shoot you a text on a video. Yeah, my head's cut off. On a video to watch. And that's how we're going to do the questions.
Where's that, in Winter Haven?
That'll be in Winter Haven at Tanner's Lakeside. So if you happen to be in town, you know where that is. You're welcome to come out. I'm going to buy some finger foods and stuff. It's right on the lake. It's a cool little place. And so that'll be fun. Currently, we're in Titusville City Marina. Pretty nicely tucked in here. Right up.
Titusville?
I said that wrong. We are in, I had that road on me. I didn't take that off. And you caught that.
Titusville. I mean, I don't know where I am most of the time, but I know we're not in Titusville.
That was for the last one we did.
Oh.
So I have these show notes, and
We're in a very cool little place. The town here is amazing. So much history. It's like the oldest city in the United States.
something.
So
We'll
they
be able to
say-
tell you more. We're going to do that tour.
It definitely has a lot of history. There's cool things to see. The streets are narrow. It looks like an old European city. With cobblestones and very cool architecture. People are very proud of their stuff around here, and they take care of it, and it shows. This is a neat spot.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to getting up here for a long time.
You said it was nice, and you
Yeah.
weren't lying.
We're going to spend us about a week up here. Of course, we got to dip out. I got my thing. Marty's got some personal things.
Yeah, I got to renew my license, my driver's license.
You know what we didn't do?
You know what I don't want to do? I almost don't want to drive anymore. I don't need your license. A million with your license. I don't need your stupid license. I got to do vision test and all that, so I probably have to go back to Hillsborough County. I got to be here. It's been a long day.
Yeah. So it's 5 o'clock somewhere. I'm going to pop a top right here.
I'm right behind you.
Yeah.
I brought one because, hey, I like to be sociable.
Mm-hmm.
Right here. Cheers.
Made it another. You know what milestone we just crossed over? You know, I told you.
Another day without a heart attack?
Yep, we did that one.
Yes, check.
How many miles we crossed? We crossed 500 miles on the trip. 500 miles, don't seem like it's a long ways, and it's
That's,
short too.
You know, when we're doing, I wonder how many miles this leg of the journey is going to do this year.
We'll try to figure that out. Figure that out for the next one, huh?
Because if it's 1,500 miles or something, then
Like, yeah,
we did a third of it already. So we're really, trucking along.
yeah. Done a lot in 500 miles. It's pretty cool.
All I know is that I'm not dead yet. Although
Every day there's some new adventures. Trust me.
I slept like a corpse last night, but
Yeah.
it was nice to be here and tied off and not worrying about the anchor dragging or some sort of hijinks running aground. I think I've touched ground 4 times in the past 3 days, drug anchor a couple times. Once I wasn't on the boat, and if the wind were slightly different, I would have drifted right into a sailboat that was moored out there or anchored up. It was just not a good situation.
So why are we here? What was the main reason it came in?
Weather?
Yep. I'll show you. I did it on the thumbnail, but
I almost forgot. Yeah, literally.
that's really why we're in the marina. Like you're saying, we had a couple challenging days, and you start getting tired when you don't sleep because you're worried about where you are.
Yeah.
So it was good to come on into the marina. And this storm, this is what we're working with, and y'all, I did it on the. So you see us, the little blue dot up there. So that's coming. That'll hit us very shortly.
Yeah, and you never know. You can be in light variable winds and drag your anchor because of the current being strong.
Yeah.
So you don't really need that. But if you have current and that, we're right by an inlet, and the current here is freaking
We got to
wacky.
figure out how to get that video because it's crazy. Right there, not right here, but there's a wall. Like I don't know if it goes all the way down. It probably, or it's floating. I don't know.
Mhm.
But right under the bridge, not 100 yards from here, you can't believe that current is flowing through. It's crazy.
Yeah, we came into the marina when the current was flowing pretty good. We were
Yes.
kind of like coming in sideways just before we docked, and then finally docked.
Yes.
And you know what was great? You know, like I'm sweating up there, and I'm thinking things can go bad real quick, real easy. And I'm coming into a spot with like a foot on either side, and the wind starts turning me, and I spun around, and I came in backwards, just perfect.
Yep. Just like.
And everywhere you look, there's people watching.
Yep. Every
So I
time.
was like,
Because you know what happened in like 2 minutes or
What a
I don't know, a
sketch.
few minutes later?
Yeah.
This other guy comes in. He's crashing in over here on both the kayaks and the bass raider and gunning it.
we talked to people though, like the people that work here, and a lot of folks. They just confirm what we believe, which is everybody's nervous.
Yeah.
Docking is not a cool thing, especially on a bigger boat. So that made me feel good.
Yeah.
I was
No,
like-
you got that one perfect. It was like, amen.
Yeah, that was from half court.
Yeah.
Nothing but net.
Yep.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
And what it was is what letting
Not always that smooth. So.
you were letting this. You figured out what the boat was doing, whatever
I
you did.
didn't fight it.
You didn't fight it, and then when
That's like a lesson I've learned from you, because I've seen you do that sometimes going into a marina, and I'm thinking, oh my God, look, he's going sideways, and then you just keep let it go all the way around until it's in the right position, and then do what you got to do. Gives you enough to figure out what the wind and the current are doing, so that you don't act stupid.
testified to his, he did a good job there, and now job, and so Marty came in, not, 20, 30 yards from the story I'm going to tell you, and back right in, like literally between two boats,
I mean,
right there.
There's my boat.
it's like, I think
you
it's
can't-
it. We'll show you.
Yeah.
There is hardly no room between us. But anyway, so he came in, everybody's watching, got it in, got it tied up. A while back, I was helping a guy, I captained a boat down from Wilmington, and he docked, we were going to dock right over there. And about halfway on the trip, now he hadn't driven big boats before, but about halfway of that trip, I was having him drive and dock so he could get used to it. And it came down to the big moment, and this was the marina he was coming in, and his family was here, his friends were all on the dock, and in defense of him, it was a hard tide and the wind was blowing. But anyways, he come in and he turned, and when the wind got hold to him, and he was doing that, and this is a big boat, bigger than this one, and he just lost it. He couldn't. He just jumped up and gave me the wheel, and I was lucky to be able not to get it under control and get it in the slip. But some people freak. This is a very challenging marina. That's something we got to get across on the videos. This is
Well, you pick
the
your
worst.
times. Come in during, if
Yeah.
you can, let Mother Nature be your schedule maker.
Yes, on this
Don't you do it when you want to do it, if you can help it.
I'd say there's only one other, and it was because of the wind blowing. It was Titusville.
Yeah.
It was worse
Yeah,
than
yeah.
this.
Somebody told me either there or here, everything blends together after a while. Somebody did tell me that in the past month they saw like 4 wrecks practically. I think it was here.
I'm sure this tide's rough. If this tide is coming in or out hard,
It was here. It was the other
I
night.
bet.
I was hanging out on first-person sailboat. There was food and merriment and instruments. And we were telling stories about what it's like to park a boat here. It was really nutty.
I'm gonna keep on. I'm gonna bring up the chat of what we're watching here.
One of the things that we did while we were here, I'll jump into that. We drove around, we walked around, we saw the lighthouse, which is around the corner, went all the way up. How many steps? 219 steps?
Something like that. 220. I got it right here.
I took him 2 steps at a time, so I got up there twice as fast.
219 years old.
Yeah. It wasn't that terrible. I don't know, my legs are getting strong being on a boat going up and down, up and down, up and down. So it didn't feel that bad. Beautiful spot, really nice.
Yeah.
They sold beer there from where you pay for your ticket, and then you go outside and there's like a little courtyard, and I'm like, oh, I'll take a beer. And then we take 50 steps, and we're getting ready to go up into the lighthouse, and they're like, oh, you can't take that up with you, you gotta finish it. I'm like, you gotta try to get me drunk.
You got shotgun it.
I did, and I got a little tipsy. That was pretty nice.
So did we talk about? Yeah, we dropped Daytona. We didn't go now into Biggs Landing. Okay, so we went to Daytona Beach. We was telling you, I had to go back. Marty stayed on the boat. Anything?
Uneventful, kind of
Kinda.
Daytona, right?
Yeah.
We saw the beach. If we didn't get this on camera, it's a shame because it was very spontaneous. But we drove through a spot that I think we had both been in when we were kids, and we were on spring break.
Yeah.
And we looked at all the children, the high school, middle schoolers, children to us old folks, walking around and having spring break and having the time of their lives. And it brought back memories to me because I went to Daytona Beach and I drove on the beach before they charged you to do it. And that had to be 30 years ago, maybe. But it was neat to see, like, Ron John's and all the crazy shops, and it's so touristy, and
Yeah.
it's. I made a joke that that's where people that live on land go to be near the water,
Yeah.
because it's so, oh my gosh, it's overwhelming. But cool, there's big sharks busting out of buildings, and
Yeah.
the people have fun with the architecture and the signs there, and it was a very, very neat place. That's what I will remember about Daytona.
We're on the A1A,
Yeah.
the main drag. That's where that was.
Mm-hmm.
But we were actually on the river. If you look on the map, that's a peninsula that A1A's on. Then you go back over the bridge to where we had the boats in that park. We tried to get a meetup there, but it just wasn't working out. And we knew this one was going to be the.
There was one day where we woke up at 7 a.m. and we decided we were going to stay one extra day.
Yeah.
And we got fuel, and we got provisions, and we drove around, went to the Amazon store to get your packages, and then before we knew it, it was time I got to take the dogs ashore, and then we got to eat something, and then the sun's going down, and we're just shot. And I'm like, I don't feel like I did anything today.
It's crazy how days will just fly by. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Busy. No time to sit, no time to fish, no time to edit, no time to do hardly anything except boat stuff.
Yeah.
Provisioning, getting fuel, and it's.
That brings up a good story that you'll be proud of us. So the next stop, we got underway noon that next day from Daytona. Wasn't it about noon? We was trying to get out earlier, but y'all know Amy, a friend of mine, came along. She helped me move the trucks back and forth, and then she come stayed a couple of days, helped
You
us
guys
out.
drove the truck here to St. Augustine.
Yep. We drove my truck up here, and then we went back home, dropped her car off, and then we got on the boat and we came up. So that was the next day we left. We left around noon. We had a good day. We had a fan come out on the water. He was out on his new boat. He had just got that boat running, he told me that day. So he was out testing it out, and he seen us.
In front of Bing's?
Remember we were underway in the boat that was running out there with us?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
He
right.
came up beside me, and I was able to talk to him because she was driving. And I think he'll probably come to the meetup here.
I'm surprised how many
cool.
fans we see on the water.
It's surprising.
Either on a boat or in some places it's so narrow you can see people in their houses, and they'll be outside like, "Dude, Marty, what's up?"
Yeah.
Hey man, and they're just kind of rooting us along, and it's
cool.
It's good. It's a nice distraction from all the crap.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of crap, but it's it comes hand in hand with good things, good people,
Yep.
happy faces.
And I think you'll see more of the crap in the videos when you have time to slow down, and you can't really show that in live. So in the videos, you're going to end up seeing some of the challenges.
Yeah, I've got some. Two things. Number one, I don't want to come off as like a crybaby or like I'm scared or anything, because I'm out here and I'm doing it, you know, for whatever, you know, until we either make it or we bust. And I kind of fell into a little bit of despair for a while and started saying things like, you know, I don't give us a very good chance to make it to Jacksonville, let alone New York. And you know, you spend a quiet night, you start to feel a little better. I'm still having motor issues, losing coolant, so I can't figure that out.
Although all that was coming off the heels of you being at Titusville for 2 weeks through that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we talked about that before. That was rough.
I think so. It was extremely rough.
That was tough. Titusville was a
Noisy.
challenge.
At night, sometimes you're sleeping and it felt like somebody's kicking the freaking bed. Like the
Yeah.
whole boat was violently shaking. I would twitch. The dogs would twitch, like every couple seconds throughout the night.
Yep.
And it
I had to put
very
new.
hard to sleep.
I had to put new bolts in my
Boat
pulpit
became free.
because it was getting loose from all that.
While I was there, I crunched the side of the boat, fiberglass, and then the swim platform has got wood missing from it and is loose.
We came into the marina.
So it was
You'll
stressful.
see it on video. We both got a good video, I think, of that. We came in the marina, dude.
We shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, we came in the marina with 3-foot waves in the marina. Like the T-wall, the T-wall had 3-foot waves on it. It was crazy.
Yeah.
That's probably the hardest I've ever hit.
Yeah, we made a lot of mistakes that day, learned some lessons. Boats are still floating, but
Yeah.
I mean, you do stuff like that, you start to question yourself, and it can really weigh on you. When it's just one challenge after the other. I'm like, when am I going to fail? Because it seems like I can't keep this up.
Although it seems we're finally getting into the rhythm. We still have challenges, and there will be. But now we're getting it like we did the past 2 days were good mood days. We had a little challenge, and
We
we'll
still
tell you
saw
on the
things,
hook.
and we said stop.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, we were trying to anchor the other night. That's when we kept hitting bottom.
So we were in, I'll tell you the place. It's called Dean's Landing Boat Ramp. We went in there and we tied up, and the lesson we learned that we pass on is there's a little place that you can go in and tie up, but we actually met somebody super cool on a guy doing a trip, the Great Florida Loop on a
There's a Hobie Tandem Island, the one with the outriggers and the sail. Dude he's doing the little loop or whatever it is.
yeah.
Like
Some people call it the Florida Loop.
yeah,
but
he started
whatever.
in Pensacola in December, and he made it all the way around the Keys and it was
around Key West.
halfway up Florida
We met
in
him.
a pedal drive kayak.
Sleeps just. I did an interview. I was coming.
He stealth camps. He just
stealth,
goes up,
just wherever he can,
Yeah.
in parks, in what do you say, abandoned buildings. he's on an uncovered
yeah.
kayak basically.
Uh-huh.
Unbelievable.
Out of his mind.
But anyways, we had passed him, and we were coming to the marina, and our plan was going to stop in there and tie up for a little bit, which we did. Cooked dinner.
Another cool guy, not doing a long journey perhaps, but he was in a long skinny kayak, and I was doing about 9 miles an hour,
Yeah.
and he pulled up next to me, like right there, right next to me. Didn't even look at me, didn't care. Just paddled.
You know what he was doing?
He was pacing. He was like,
He was riding your weight. He was like a dolphin. That's
Right.
why, because he wasn't going hard, you know.
no, but he was in a
Yeah, it was like
a 19-inch wide kayak or
Yeah,
something. It was-
that's what I realized. He was on your wake like a
Yeah.
dolphin does.
Yeah. I
For
guess so.
long ways.
For
Like,
long ways, yes.
I'm gonna say like 3 miles or
20
something.
minutes.
Yeah.
Because I put the GoPro on him and he was on me for 20 minutes. He was on you for some.
Yeah,
And he's not burning his. I was starting to get a little pissy because I'm like, this guy has got some nerve. He's not burning any gas. Look at
well,
him.
and he didn't. When we slowed down, he kind of got in the way, and two big boats. I was worried about pinching him because he was close enough. At one time, I couldn't see him between us,
Right.
and I backed off to make.
It reminded me of
more
like a
room.
couple of rhinos, and one of them has a bird on its back.
Yeah.
And he was the little bird. He didn't care. Didn't care about us at all. But that was neat. So anyways, yeah.
So we're at the dock. We met
We're in
this
a-
other guy. We invite him for dinner. He's You know, he was actually trying to go to that restaurant that was closed.
Yes.
So he wasn't going to eat there anyway.
Yeah, and he eats Snickers bars, he said, and canned
It was
sardines.
cool.
We're like, dude, come have barbecue. So,
Out here on this trip, you meet people that are living. They are living. They're living hard sometimes, but they are living.
A lot of generosity too, though. Like last night, I had already eaten, but they were offering me carrot cake and all these hors d'oeuvres and food and drinks. They kept trying to get me to drink painkillers. I'm like, I'm glad I didn't too, because I woke up with a headache.
Actually, it wasn't a few nights you could have, because you're safely tied to a dock.
Yeah,
No,
right,
But so the lesson that night was we stayed just a little too late on that dock, and it was too close to dark. That was our plan, was to wait till the boat traffic laid down, then we just go out in the river and tie up. We dropped anchor, like if you got the river edge, and then there was a little inlet, and we were going to drop in the inlet, and we did drop in the inlet. And then what happened is, because the tide was coming in,
See what happened was
it sucked us, like sucking us towards the shallows. And then by the time that was all happening, it was getting dark. So by the time we dropped the anchor the second time, we moved out of that. And in that time, I think when the fan came up, you were on that first one,
Yep.
first anchoring.
Yeah, a couple young guys came up driving a
This is dark now.
small boat, and they were like, "Hey, do you make YouTube videos?" I'm like, "Yes." They're like, "No, dude." So I'm like, they came up. Meanwhile, my motors are still running. I just dropped the anchor, and my eyes were all darting around, you know, and I'm just thinking to myself, please let me get a good anchor set so I can pop a top and then go to sleep. Maybe one beer, and because the tide was going to change at 4 a.m., so I knew at 4 a.m. I had to be awake to see how we were going to swing. I was worried about wind. I was worried about a lot of things. I was not a happy camper, but it was neat. It was a wonderful distraction to talk to them. But while I was on the their boat sidled up to mine, and as we were talking, I'm like, hold that thought. And I went upstairs, and sure enough, I was dragging. I was in 2 foot of water.
Yeah, which was probably 3. You probably wasn't touching yet because of the.
I swung, and I definitely touched bottom a bunch of times. And so they pushed off, and then I had to pull my anchor, and then this is the middle, it's nighttime.
So our lesson, I say, we learned is
Don't anchor in stupid spots.
well, it certainly. There's going to be times when you have to anchor in on a river, no matter what, because those are going to happen. Don't anchor near where the water's flowing in and out, because if you do that and the tide's going in, it's going to pull you in. It's going to pull you into the shallows. As what we did is we went a little further down. I went down, dropped anchor just 200 yards from that spot, and then the wind was blowing hard, so it did hold us over closer to the bank than we wanted to be. But once the wind laid down, we went parallel to the bank for the rest of the night.
Yes.
And then it swung around.
And the wind died down, and it
Yeah.
got classy calm, and I was able to finally fall asleep at like 3 a.m. or something. I think I don't know.
It was a pretty nice.
And then we were up at 5. And
Yeah. So I got up, like you said, the tide showed on the tide thing that it was going to swing at 4. It was going to change, and I got up. It was glass calm, and then while I was up, standing on I kept going. Knew I wasn't going to go right back to sleep. I looked back and I looked forward. Actually, it was in front of us, and I seen that familiar white light. When you see it, it's like a train light coming, but it's a tugboat. And if you ain't never been sitting when a tugboat goes by you, it throws a wave. It throws like already broken. It throws a wave like you would not believe. Matter of fact, the last one that passed us in Daytona was probably 300-400 yards away, and it threw like a 3-foot wave on us.
I thought my swim platform was going to tear off because I had my dinghy chained to the swim platform.
So I seen that, and here we are within 30 feet of the channel, and the land's there. But I knew we wasn't going to hit it because we'd already tested how far to hold us over. It was crazy. I think he must have slowed down. But I seen him coming, and I watched him, and I was debating the call. But as he was getting close, I wasn't seeing the rise of the water, which is you typically see it. This light is so bright, you really can't look at it. So I'm kind of like looking, trying to see the barge. He was pushing a barge, and I think that was helping displace it. Because I did feel it whenever he come past us. It goes down
a nice
first,
gentle,
but it was gentle. I was like, whoo! Because that could have been a little scary, but we made it.
Yeah, it was a little bit of sleep. The next morning was actually real
nice.
nice. We fished for a little bit.
It was beautiful that
What
morning.
a spot!
Yep. Fish
Right
jumping.
outside of Bing's Landing. Bing's boat ramp has these wild live oaks and vines, and it's a historical site. Again, another place that is very well kept. And I was jealous of like those two young guys that came by. They told me they grew up there. They fished there all the time. And I was, that's a nice place to grow up.
Yeah, you got to imagine the view of it. If you look online, you'll see it. It's river, and then big marsh. That's what we're talking about. That
It goes back so
way
far,
back
meanders and
you can see for like miles back in there.
island
But it's
after
shallow.
island after island.
Yeah, it was cool. Definitely a cool spot.
Yeah. They told me about redfish back there, and we saw mullet jumping, and there was bait everywhere. And
Found golf balls.
yeah, the Titleist.
There must have been. We were trying to figure out. They're actually nice balls. This is a Callaway, but I found 4. You seen several. I seen more after that. I don't know if people on the bank were knocking them or
Yeah,
did they
probably trying to
float.
hit motors as they go.
Maybe.
Just like when you're at a driving range and you try to hit the guy in the cage as he drives around.
Yeah.
You know, who
Yeah,
knows?
yeah.
But yeah, it was a very stressful place. My lesson, I think, is if you see on a map that 20 miles is, let's say, your distance average. If you know that by the time you get there, it's going to be dark, you have to be pretty sure that there's an anchorage. And you can see on Google Maps, you can see if there's boats moored up. You can see on avionics if it's deep enough, and if it's neither of that. If it's very narrow and there's no place to stay, we should make it a point so that when we're there, if there's no place to stay, we can just press on for another 3 hours until there is a place. Which is what we should have done yesterday. We should have just made a one-stop, 50-mile day from there to St. Augustine.
The problem is, at that time we thought we were getting on a mooring ball, and the wind was blowing hard, and then we'd have been trying to get on a mooring ball at night in blowing wind, and that wasn't going to work. Although we could have probably found a better anchor spot.
Yeah, you saw those other places.
Yeah.
We could have found some.
Yeah, there was definitely places.
Mhm.
There was definitely places to anchor up probably better. But to be honest with you, I felt like it was going to do what it ended up doing. And once we got anchored and the wind laid a little bit, we turned right with the bank. It was, it was uneventful.
We did not die.
Yeah, which is good.
That's a plus.
Pretty much covered them.
We got early. We had pizza. We had some place.
Yep. So I think next Friday is going to be the meetup, and we'll let you know. And then I want to read some comments and answer some questions. The storm is right behind us here. It's just getting ready to come. That line I showed you. A question is, does anyone have a smoker grill, like a smoker who lives near Jacksonville that is coming to the Jacksonville meetup? And if you are, send me an email at mike@michaeljsteen.com. And I want to get a Boston butt. It's not going to be like a full meal, but I make these finger foods that are really good.
They smell nice.
Yeah, and if somebody if you want to bring sides, kind of like just an old fashioned, get together and everybody brings a little something.
Yeah.
If you got a nice specialty and you want to impress everybody, bring it along. So it's going to be a day event. We're going to be hanging out and having a good time. So
we'll know as far as like a week ahead, and hopefully how many people are going to be there, if we're going to do it, where we're going to do it.
Yep.
It's not April 23rd. That's not going to be.
No, that's St. Augustine. I don't want to confuse you.
We're St. Augustine now. How are we going to do something here on the 23rd of April?
That is Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Stand by. I don't want to confuse you. Confusing myself.
What else can I say about this town? I don't know.
I'm sorry,
marina,
16th.
the marina people have been cool.
April the 16th is next weekend, is the one here in St. Augustine, April the 16th. The 24th is the one in Jacksonville.
We've met a bunch of people. This marina is very open, and a bunch of folks have walked by, and I don't know, I've met 10 people here already, if that, maybe more. I'm starting to see cruisers over and over again. Right?
Yeah,
we saw somebody on the west part of Okeechobee who's now here, because he's cruising too. So he had just come up a little while ago, and we talked, and that's kind of neat. You know, seeing the same people over and over again. Like, hey, I know you. What's happening? You know, you get stories, and
That's why the little party is happening on that boat over there. Is probably just
yeah.
people traveling. And,
But they're so generous. Yeah, come on, come over. You know, we're hanging out, and you know, I'm thinking of my, I got a lot of work to do. But I went over. I got some video footage. We were singing songs, and some of us were tea. Some of us not so much.
all right, couple
It's fun.
questions
It's
here.
fun.
Jay Hen again, thank you for the super chat. Hey, what's happening, Kayak 7 Seas? Darren, hello fellas from Chattanooga. Had a blast on the Mud Club this morning. Thank you, brother. Let's see. Good day from Kansas. May I add you guys on Facebook? You're welcome to. I'm Michael Steen on Facebook. That has been a personal page, but it's going to end up on my public page. So just FYI.
Yeah, Facebook is such a mess.
Yeah.
I'm so terrible on Facebook.
Hello from Michigan. Don't shoot me, please. Dean Fulford.
Don't shoot him.
I'm gonna get some eyes, like hanging eyes. I'm not sure what. There might have been a comment before and I didn't see it.
No.
Hello from Causeway Marina.
Hey, Causeway.
Yep. D. Hansberg. So that was someone we.
That's Dark Canyon.
Oh, okay. From
What's up?
D.
Okay,
Hansberg?
Causeway.
Oh, okay. Hello from Causeway Marina. Oh.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's hooking up with them. He's doing there's an event at Causeway Marina, and he's working with like Illusion Vodka or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he's kind of doing sales, and they agreed to buy it. He gave me a bottle,
Oh, nice.
so I've been enjoying some vodka every once in a while. Probably why my head hurts. Ooh, this sky is getting dark.
It is. Darren says that's true. I didn't even mention this. Fountain of Youth is here as well.
Ponce de Leon Park
Yep.
and stuff like that. I
Yep,
saw that on the
we'll
map.
check that out. Hello from Brazil, Luciano. Pop the top, we did it. Let's see. Hi there, how things going? Good so far. They got. All right, Darren. Have a couple on us in Chattanooga. Keep the updates and videos coming. It lets me escape for a while in Florida, so near and dear to my heart. Well, good. We doing what we supposed to be doing. Then. That's awesome. We're glad for that. Roy Wiggins, Marty look into renewing online. He did. You might tell that.
Renewing?
License.
Yeah, but I need to do a vision test. I've got to go in. I
That's-
did it online last time, and this time I got to be there in person.
He tried. That's what he tried to do, but
C, D, F, G, I have no idea. 3, 8, 5, and I lose my license, and woohoo! I don't have to drive anymore. Still got to get this license, so that's good. That's
Yep.
valid.
Pontless, Kayak 7 Seas, Ponce Endless Lighthouse. I toured it last December. Made a video. We did. It's high. It's nice. It's worth it. It's like, what was it, $14? It's worth it, I think, to see the view. And then there's a lot of stuff on the grounds at the museum.
Yep.
I think it's worth it if you're in the area. Definitely does think you couldn't only videotape like less than 20 minutes a week. I don't know.
He's talking about the length of videos. It's hard. My data is limited, and there are people that I follow, and they make long videos, and I can't watch them. I don't have time or data, and I wind up not watching them. And I scroll through sometimes because of the limited data that I have on the boat for people who have very short videos. So if that's what he's talking about, I kind of get it.
I don't know. Pigpen says, hit that like button. Thank you, brother.
Yeah. I'll say this too, though. I mean, back in the day, I used to watch these videos that were 30, 40 minutes long every single day from Uncle Steve, and I couldn't help myself. I mean, I loved his videos.
So, John says, you'll see rough seas when you come through Lake Erie. Oh, great.
Awesome. Well, they say pick your days.
Yeah, we will. We will.
I'm going to put my camera outside because there's
Okay, yeah, it is.
a wall
Right.
of clouds coming.
I'm going to turn it around when we're finished here, guys. You'll be able to see it. Gone Coastal, Tybee Island. Thank you very much, buddy. Love you guys. Safe travel. Thank you very much. So we should be up in your way here, if that's where you are, here shortly. Not too much longer. We're gonna spend some time there in Georgia and South Carolina, Cumberland Island. Looking forward to that. I want to spend probably a week there in that area. So
That's gnarly looking, dude.
it is. Let's see. This shameless. Kind of hard to see that. The storm passed me at 5 a.m. Yeah, I think you were probably the one on the. Were you up there near the Panhandle, Navarro? It had 3-inch per hour rain, 50-mile-an-hour winds. Yep. Well, it's nice to be in the marina right now. That's a lot better. Lake Superior is a whole nother story. Yeah. Yeah. Well, hopefully we're doing it. We are doing it during the summer, and we'll pick our days. We ain't, it's pretty much like an ocean. We only go out when it's nice. I gotta tell you, the day before yesterday, we could have went out if there had been an inlet. It was like 1 foot seas, but there wasn't an inlet close to us. So we'll check it out. That's for sure.
I think there's going to be brimstone and fire and all kinds of craziness.
Hopefully not. Let's see.
You need to keep this live going for a little while longer and get this on camera because
I'll tell you what. Even if I can't, if we're not talking, well, I can leave. I can turn the camera around and just leave it running, and you can watch it. That is one cool thing about live streams. You see this stuff hitting like real time. You see it. The problem is, in other words, you see some bad stuff. Like I'm often aware of that.
bad
like
stuff meaning
running aground. There's been a couple times I'm looking at that phone and I got to be careful. But I was just showing Marty, guys, we're working on some stuff. We're gonna increase this live streaming for sure. Some cool stuff. Hey, you know what? While we're talking, we might as well turn that camera on.
Yeah, give him a look.
Yep. See that? Let me just answer these few questions. I can see it here. See the shelf cloud back there? Make sure we get all these questions here. Michigan Mister, I was a salmon charter on Lake Michigan, and we had to come in. It was terrifying. 14-foot waves at the end. Woo! All right, then we might end our trip there. No, just kidding. We just ain't going out. Wherever we're going to hide, we're going to hide. Let's see, 30-mile-an-hour winds coming, guys. Florida bad winds approaching, heads up. We watching, brother. I see you starting to get up into my old stomping grounds, Mayport, Jacksonville, and the beaches. Been a few decades since I've been there. Well, come on back. Come see us while we're up there. Y'all see that cloud. Y'all see it. Looks pretty good on camera, too. Y'all missed the deck party. Yep. Let's see here. Let's see. Mark says take a local tour on the bus. Very touristy, but good information. I agree with that. We're either going to do the bus or the tram because you're right. We're going to be tourists like everybody else. And but they do tell you a lot. You're right. Let's see, group on the loop. Are you guys coming through Tulsa, Oklahoma, on the Catawba River, on ICW? I'm not sure, brother. We'd have to. If you're interested, if we're coming your way, send me an email, like I say, to Mike at michaeljsteen.com and tell me what state you're in so I can notify you. Tommy from Ventures Happy of Ours. Hey, we just talked to your friends early, Tommy. Glad you guys ran into my boat and everything. Okay, Dave and Amy on Salah Way. You guys have a little beer. Yep. Yeah, they were telling us all about you. We got a couple of pictures with them. Guys, you ever check out the Clay Dyer talking about the guy down south that was handicapped getting in his boat? Yes.
I follow him on Facebook.
Is that ain't the guy I talked to? Is it?
No one's lit.
Oh goodness, no, I hadn't seen that one. Okay, well, I got a guy I'm gonna met, and I'll be reaching out to him because we're gonna be here for a minute, and we're gonna try to get him up here. He's the guy I told you about. I met. He's at least wheelchair bound, and man, I got respect for that. Mad respect for that guy, and I want to do some interview and him come to the boat, and we're gonna try to figure out what we can do about getting chairs on the boat. So that's coming. I thought that's what you were talking about. So how's the motors? Question real quick on that. Motors, he's still losing a little bit of water, or a lot of water, but it takes about a day so we can move with the engines. We're steady working on that. We've changed gaskets. Our next thing, we got food coloring. We're going to be trying that probably over the weekend, and we're steady working on it. I changed out the coil in good times on the starboard using a marine one, and so far that has worked on mine. So I've moved 2 days with no problems. Let's see. D. Hausberg, 25. Thank you, buddy, for your super chat. Didn't see a question, but if you want it, you definitely get viewed if for that super chat. Thank you so much. I was flying around over you yesterday, got beat up with the winds. Oh wow, didn't see you. Raining sideways at Bala Beach. I see goes right through Catoosa Harbor in Route 66. You guys can see the big blue well. Well, then we probably will. That sounds like a great place to stop on Route 66, from my little knowledge of it.
Check this out, Michael. Looks like a tidal.
I'm just about finished to see. The lakes can be worse than the oceans. I grew up in south side of Chicago, played Michigan, and it turns.
Be gone in a minute.
All right, I'm coming up. All right, guys, we're going. Got to show you this.
Look at it over there.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
Doesn't it look like a tidal wave?
Wow. Dude, imagine if you're on the hook and that's approaching you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That reminds me of that video, that downburst. Have you seen it? That video of that downburst, but it's CGI, it's fake. But it looks like, holy crap, it's scary. That's crazy right there. Look at that.
Yeah.
That is amazing. Here it comes. The wind's hitting.
Here, whistling through the rigging. All the sounds.
Yep. I'm trying to keep you out of the wind, guys. It's Kontiki. It is. We're live, baby.
Reminds me of summertime, man.
Yeah, that is. That's like summertime weather. There's a little dory over there. Look at that. That is.
Backsides of these clouds usually don't look that good.
That is. Yeah, see, it's changed that. Look at it, changed that
Yeah,
quick.
it's the wave that crashed. And look at it. That's how you get those water spouts.
Yep.
Pardon my French. So Zephyr's on the
Look at the downburst on the water.
See cool things out here.
Yep.
Sometimes they're good. Sometimes they're scary.
Well, this is good when you're tied to the dock. You ain't worried about it. Yeah, it's kind of tough over there. Dude, I don't know if this camera is looking good on video. Oh shoot, about half of it's covered up. Let's see this over This is where we are, guys. It's so cool here at night. This everything's lit up, obviously. Just a bridge right there. right, here I'm gonna try to scan in and let you see this. You see how calm this water is. Let's see how scanned in we can get. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Look, do y'all see that? Look at the difference in that water over there. As soon as you get beyond that wall. There's an area right there where the bridge is. Let's see. Where's the camera? Kind of hard to see that on this. You can kind of see it though. But when that tide is rushing out right here under this bridge, you will see it on the our regular videos. And I'm getting ready to start mine, FYI. Is it? Oh, yeah. It's on the left side there.
Pretty mild on the back side of that.
Yeah.
Surprising. They're cool as hell to see, man.
It is.
The weather was so great. Unpredictable too, because you don't know. I mean, it could look nothing like that as far as severity, and yet roll through and be really crazy windy and dangerous. And sometimes it looks so scary, and it comes through, and it's really not that bad. Hard to predict.
Yep. Got to be ready for
Temperature's
the
cold.
bad stuff. Yeah, I feel that rain too. It is cold.
I got
cold.
skin right now. It is very cold. It's coming from up there where it's like 60 below. Getting pushed down on us.
Is that line passed over? Rain's coming in sideways though. Susan. There's like nothing left of it. Look, watch it disappear. Yeah, we're about to get the rain about to that line.
Yep.
Up there.
It had layers. It's like an onion.
Yeah.
Like Shrek. A couple of people out there giggling. They know the right. Oh, oh. You know, I think I might go back to the boat.
Yeah, because we're gonna end it up, guys. All right.
See you around.
Thanks for watching, guys. Talk to you soon. Mug Club Monday morning, and we'll go from there. See ya.